Hey guys, tonight we're slipping back almost 2,000 years into the bustling streets of ancient Rome. Picture it: cobblestone roads, rattling under wooden cartwheels, the air full of sizzling olive oil, and vendors shouting about bread, fish, or maybe a dodgy amphora of wine that's probably half vinegar. You're right there in the middle of it, squeezed between a toga-wearing noble who refuses to acknowledge your existence, and a goat that clearly doesn't care if you're in the way. Now, before we wander deeper, let me just slip in a little friendly warning. You probably won't survive this trip. No, seriously. Between the bad food, strange smells, and questionable hygiene, your modern stomach wouldn't last a day. But that's the fun, right? You get to drift along, safe in your comfy chair or cozy bed, listening while everyone else in history suffers for your entertainment. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, while you're at it, drop a comment with your location and your local time. I love knowing where and when people are listening in. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You step forward into the noisy swirl of Rome at its height. The year doesn't matter much. Pick a random century between the rise of Julius Caesar and the days of Augustus, and the scene would feel about the same. Scholars still argue whether Rome at its peak had closer to 1 million people, or just a few 100,000. But whatever the exact number, you can feel it. This place is alive, thrumming, and slightly overwhelming. As you wander, your sandals crunch through grit and discarded olive pits. A kid rushes by with a loaf of bread almost bigger than his head, while two older women argue loudly about the price of garum, that pungent fish sauce Romans loved more than anything else. And here's your first mainstream historical fact. Garum was basically the Roman equivalent of ketchup. They dumped it on everything. Yes, even fruit. You try not to gag at the thought, but there's something else tickling your nose. Something that cuts through the fried food and the smoky air from hundreds of braziers. A smell that's, well, not entirely pleasant. Rome is a marvel of engineering. Aqueducts carrying water from miles away. Sewers whisking waste under the city. But let's be honest. When 1 million people are sharing space, things get messy. And you, unlucky traveler, are about to experience the system up close. You turn a corner and stumble into a line of insulae, the tall, cramped apartment buildings where most Romans live. Laundry flaps in the breeze. A dog barks somewhere above, and a drunk man leans out a window to pour out what you really hope is just water. Spoiler, it's not. You jump back, barely avoiding a splash to the face, and thank the gods of YouTube that you're not actually here.